everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears have every intention of walking out of today's game with win number 4 on the season. It's the Vikings going up against the Bears.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And the Chicago Bears. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make this a second down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. To throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go now. Detroit! Leopard!
Again, it's Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So a costly penalty and now a tougher third down situation.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. No. Jack, Patriot.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's fielded at the 45. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Second down following the run. Again, it's Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. Meanwhile, up in Green Bay, it's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Handoff comes to Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green. Over. Leopard. Set. 319. 319.
On play action, they'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On 1st down, they run with Howard. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On 1st, they go right back to Howard. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
First carry for Samaje Perine. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel.
Here we go now.
They'll drop the throw. Going for the deep ball. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one. Back there to receive punts. That's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
And his kick is right through. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here we go now. Blue landed. Leopard.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Back to throw now on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll set up a throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now back to throw. And that's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus. Yeah,
that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded at about the 28. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Hurry up, here we go. Watching now, Marty. Let's go. He's serious right here. You got to step up.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Watching now, Marty.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll look to throw here. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards for number 11.
Let's go.
And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
2nd down following the incompletion.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check, Patriot.
Looking to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hodges. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They call it a gain at 19, and it moves the chains. Meanwhile, up in Green Bay, it's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Let's go. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first down, Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Second down, here's Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
We got 3. We got 3. Here we go. 3. Detroit! Detroit!
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
All right, here we go. Boom, watch him now, Barney. Good.
Left side, Cook. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. They run it again with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, landed. No. Check, Patriot. Roll over. Set. Boom, roll over.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They go counter with Howard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And some space here. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears continue to pour it on. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The slot man in motion right. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're going to face a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hodges.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Strong right, strong right. Hurry up, here we go. Let's go, let's go. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Back to throw here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll drop to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Chris Wormley forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now out comes Minnesota. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He's going to launch this thing, and this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to get a score back. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And, Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that, because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. Give him 30 yards there. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead. Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now. And now a first down following that long gain.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney. Let's go, Billy. Here we landed.
Here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Play clock winding down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. Touchdown, Chicago! Jordan Howard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears add on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go. Detroit! All right, now, look at 56.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. To throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bradley. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And the slot man goes in motion left. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what are you doing when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 19 yards to pick up there. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Getting late in the fourth now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Single receiver. Hey, you're in an island over there. Set. Blue, 90.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Slot man moves right. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Here we go now. Hey, you got 3 out.
And the wideout in motion. Back to throw now on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
They go with Howard again. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The Bears on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he will have the first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Trubisky with the give to Howard. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
All right, here we go.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers,